The Dunkirk evacuation 1940. On Friday the 31st of May 1940, tens of thousands of people were rescued, and more were to come over the next few days. When Britain had to retreat, they all went to Dunkirk. There was almost 400,000, but the Germans were trying to bomb them, but the English had won the aerial war. Many of the British thought that they were going to die, so they got drunk and got into fights. It all started when the English joined with France to fight, but the Germans split the English from the French, so the English had to retreat. What the English did was to take every boat from England and take it to France. This was the biggest armada in history. They managed to rescue 330,000, which was brilliant because they thought it would only be 50,000 because the big boats could not go to shore. It took days for them to be evacuated. They also abandoned many vehicles and they had to kill the horses. These are the triumphs for England. British citizens mained privately owned boats, pleasure steamers, fishing boats to Dunkirk to ferry the men off the beaches. The rearguard performed heroics to prevent the Germans breaking through the beaches. 338,000 men rescued. The British thought they would rescue 50,000. Fine weather for sailing made the evacuation possible. Hitler decided not to crush the Dunkirk pocket as he hoped to make peace with Britain. When he did attack, thousands of soldiers had already been evacuated. The RAF won the aerial battle over Dunkirk. Britain had the men to form a new army. These are the disasters for England. Britain was effectively abandoning its ally France, and within a month of Dunkirk, France surrendered and Britain was alone. The British suffered 68,000 casualties. Discipline on the beaches broke down and many soldiers behaved badly, getting drunk and looting houses. Britain had the men but no means to fight. All the vehicles, heavy guns and supplies had to be left in France. Men had abandoned their rifle, lost possessions, damaged uniforms, morale was low. Here is a source of what happened. This is the Daily Express on Friday the 31st of May 1940. Dirty, hungry, they came back unbeatable. The army is coming back from Belgium. It is a dirty, tired, hungry army. An army that has been shelled and bombed from three sides and had to stagger backwards into the sea to survive. An army that has been betrayed but never defeated or destroyed. There was a touch of glory about these returning men, still with their rifles, for this is an army that still had a grin on their oily, bearded faces. They were exhausted. They had not slept or eaten for days. Many tramped off on their stock-longed feet, others in their shirt sleeves. Many had wounds, many had torn uniforms, and their tin hats blasted open like metal cabbage. They saluted their officers, who stood ragged military cloths and baffled hats, said, "Thank you, sir," for they had left to sleep here was Belgium's betrayal, but there was no defeat. They had not lost their battle.